Hey everybody, this is going to be a tutorial slash documentation video for the multiplayer moving platforms and elevators product that's on the Fab Marketplace. So it's really simple. It's all in a folder here called Moving Platforms. You can go into the Blueprints folder and you have a couple of example platforms. I have them here in the demo level as well, but basically they're just drag and drop. There's one parent blueprint that you can open up and look at. It's just simple cube meshes, but you can just make children off of this one, or you can use the existing blueprints here. So let me just show you some example. Let's take the moving platform back and forth. We can drag it in here. All you have to do is just, it says right here, move the endpoint component. So in the details panel over here on the right, under the components tab, click on the endpoint, and then you just move it to wherever you want the platform to move to. And then once you have that set, you can just click on the actor itself, and in the details panel you have all the values here. We have ease in, ease out, we have move time. So let's make it move really fast. It'll move in 1 second, and it'll start automatically. You have delay on start and end, so that's like, say, no delay when it starts, and it'll wait 2 seconds when it gets to the end before returning. Looping movement means it'll loop back and forth, and there we go. We hit play. You can see it moves up there, waits a second, moves back. Moves up there, waits a second, moves back. And you can adjust any of these to however you want. You can change both to 0 here, so that way it'll just ping pong back and forth like that. You can have it spin if you want to add spinning. There's a slow spin right there. You can change the speed to whatever you want. Negative will spin counterclockwise, positive values spin clockwise. And then we also have some trigger variables here for, let's say you want to trigger it using like this little pressure plate that you have to step on. You step on that and that will make it move. And you can also use return levers or buttons. And these are just examples here. You don't have to use these, or you can change the models and buttons out, or you can totally just remake your own. It doesn't matter. But basically what it is just you press the button to call it back. So let's see, the green platform's right there, right? You come up here and you want to call the platform over to this location. Right now you just touch this button. As soon as it overlaps with the character, it moves the button over here. So I know in a lot of people's use cases, like Souls-like games and stuff like that, you would have like a lever. The character would come up, pull a lever, and it would make the elevator come to them, or the platform come to them. And that's what it's for. So let's see what else we got. I'll delete that one. That covers pretty much the elevators and stuff, and same with the moving platforms. You got up and down, left and right. You can also change the endpoints like rotation. So let's say one of these, you would drag one in, you change the endpoint to whatever you want, but you can also rotate the endpoint, say like 50 degrees, and then it will rotate to the same rotation. So let's see, we want start automatically loop, there we go. As you can see, it rotates. So this will all be useful for things such as like platforming games. Let's say you make like a multiplayer platforming game where you have a bunch of obstacles, or maybe like a death run, Fall Guys style obstacle course. These would all be great for that. You can move the endpoints up and down like I did here, and you can see they go up and down, spin and rotate. This one over here rotates. It'd be cool to switch the meshes out with things like different shapes, gears, whatever you want to make that spin, rotate. And then finally over here we have spline based platforms, and the spline is right here, spline moving platform. It's actually not a child of the parent, it's its own blueprint, but basically same principle. You just drag it into the level, and you can see it has a spline attached to it. You can either click it up here, click it down here, and you just move the spline points wherever you want, and you can make all kinds of weird paths. You can make it loop back to itself if you want to. The closer the better for toward the final point to the start point, something like that. And we'll just move it over here so you can see a little better. So there you go. Now you can set all of the same things. We have movement speed, so you can set it to something crazy, like really fast, 1800 or something. This is the resync time. You can read the tooltips. Basically, how often do you want to resync the platform across the network, just in case somebody gets some packet loss, or they start lagging, or maybe they join the game late. It'll resync this is every 2 seconds. Yeah, I wouldn't adjust this low, because if you make it resync really fast, then you're going to probably eat up bandwidth for no reason, and you'll probably run into some weird stuttering / server correction. So 2 seems perfectly fine. We can make it go back and forth. Don't want it to loop. You can adjust the how long you want it to stay at the endpoints, and you can also adjust the rotations here. So let me just go with what it is now. You can see it rotates. It follows the spline exactly, up and down. But if we uncheck, say, like X and Y, and only leave Z, it'll stay completely flat and not go up and down or rotate on the X and Y axis. And if you uncheck all of them, it'll just stay completely flat the entire time, like this. So you can make a lot of cool platforms. I'm picturing in my head like, Mario type games or something, where you're like riding on a ship or a magic carpet, or any kind of platform type games where they have all these kind of mechanics. And then same down here, you have trigger variables. You can hit manually trigger, and it'll have a button that you have to step on to activate it. Same down here, these are the trigger mesh move Z amount. So basically, how far down do you want this little button to go? Like I just set it to 15, so when you step on the purple button will go down 15 units as it's pressed down. And this is how fast it takes the button to go down. Like it takes 1 second to fully go down. You can make it slower or faster. And then you can also add sound effects here if you want to play a sound effect when you step on it. And that's pretty much it. You can do back and forth like it is right now, where it goes all the way to here and stops and then goes all the way back. Or you can keep it looping and uncheck back and forth, and it'll just go in a complete loop. So that's pretty much it. It works great with multiplayer and doesn't eat up your bandwidth. And that's pretty much it for the documentation and tutorial. So check it out on the Fab Marketplace, and thanks for watching.